up, but there was nobody I could open up to. Every time I would cry, God, I don't want to watch this thing, but I keep watching it. Why? Oh God, poor little Ruth. And then I would pray, and maybe for just one day, I would just pray, God, don't let me watch it. Just second day, I'm already watching it. I'm crying. I'll be like, God, in fact, you don't even need to be close to me. I know I'm so dirty, I'm so filthy. Just leave me alone. I don't want to have anything to do with you again. Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruth Oluswanya. If this is your first time here, then I promise you that you're just at the right place. Here on this channel, I film about faith, lifestyle, relationship, and self-development. So today I'm going to be talking on a very important topic, and I really want you to be rest assured that God is really ready to do something in your life when you watch this video today. So today I'm going to be talking on how I got free from the addiction to pornography and how I even started this pornography thing. I'm going to be taking you on the journey. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. So it happened that in 2016, that was when I finished secondary school, and I didn't even wait at home at all. Yes, I guess I only waited for maybe 1 month or 2 months. Yes, thereabout. And I started teaching in a school. Yes, and I was so close to a particular teacher, and I'm somebody that I really love pictures a lot. So whenever I take your phone, be rest assured that the first place I'm going is your gallery. I want to go and take a look at all of the pictures and videos that you have on your phone. So early 2017, I got close to this particular teacher, and there was just one day, I think break time, I just took her phone and I was scrolling through a gallery. And prior to that time, I'm really trying to remember if maybe I was familiar with the word pornography, or I even know what it is. But to be honest, my brain is telling me right now that maybe I had not watched something like that before. Quite all right. But I'm trying to remember if I had known anything called pornography, or maybe heard of the name before. But to be honest, I don't think so. But then I just started scrolling through her phone, and I saw this pornographic content. Not just a film that they are, not just an erotic film, but this one is confirmed pornographic content. And I started watching it, and that was how the journey began. First thing first is, I was not so strong in faith like that, to be very honest. I only pray once in a while. But one thing was sure for me was that I knew that act was wrong. And how am I so sure that I knew that it was wrong? First thing first is, I could not watch it in the public. In fact, I have to hide to watch it, because I know that it's not something very moral. It's not even moral at all. So anytime I want to watch, I have to hide to watch it. And so anytime I go to school, I anticipated taking a phone and then going straight into the pornographic content to watch. I got so used to it, and I didn't even know that there was something called addiction. I just knew that I got to a particular time where I would always watch pornographic content every day, and each time I watch it, I knew that I was always so tired. Anytime I just watch it, I just feel so drained. Yes, let me use that word. I feel so drained. I feel like virtues have, now that I can say that time it was always like virtues have left me. I always feel so empty. Those times I always just feel so tired after watching it. So even though those times I said earlier, like, I only pray once in a while, I realized that I could not pray any longer, because that's one thing that sin does to you. The agenda of sin by the devil is to separate you from God. So I remember that even the once in a while prayer that I do, I could no longer do it again, because I always felt so ashamed of myself. Now I was addicted throughout 2017. I remember I would stop, I would go back into it. And let me tell you something, this really sounds so funny, and I remember telling my friends and they all laughed, but it wasn't funny to me then, that one of the things that the devil used to, now that I'm thinking about it, I was so gullible. Yeah, so one of the things that the devil used to, like, maybe free me of my guilt a little bit, was the fact that anytime I'm watching it, he always says something to me like, it's not that bad. You're just looking at this thing so that you can pray for these people. Look at what they are doing. It is so bad. So I acknowledge that it is bad. And so he's not telling me that I'm just watching it so that I can pray for them wholeheartedly, so that I can do evangelism the more, so that I can know what these people are doing for me to start to pray. I know it may sound so not sensible to you, because it's actually not sensible, but I believed that lie. Even though deep down I knew that this thing was so wrong. And fast forward to 2018, when I gained admission to the university, and God led me to a particular fellowship, RCF, and I think that he started to talk about all of these things, and it was always fire for fire, and I knew that I was really not in my right standing with God, but there was nobody I could open up to. Every time I would cry, God, I don't want to watch this thing, but I keep watching it. Why? Oh God. For little Ruth. And then I would pray, and maybe for just one day I was praying, God, don't let me watch it. Just second day I'm already watching it, I'm crying. I'll be like, God, in fact, you don't even need to be close to me. I know I'm so dirty, I'm so filthy, just leave me alone. I don't want to have anything to do with you again, because I can be so dramatic. I don't want to have anything to do with you again, God. Now it's so certain that I'm possessed, that I can't leave this thing, and I know that you're so holy, you don't want to have anything to do with me, and that's fine, that's okay. Oh my goodness. And so it went on and on and on and on like that. So now I want to say something, that one of the reasons why the devil would expose you to some sins, one of the reasons why there's sin, is that you get separated from God. Every of the sin that exists, think about it: masturbation, pornography, lying, stealing, and every of the things that you can say that they are not the characteristics of God. Every of those things, the devil is bringing them to you so that you would cut ties with God. Because one thing is that he knows that when you are in those sins, it is so difficult for you to still believe that God loves you, because that's the time that you start to feel like God no longer loves you, whereas that's just a thought in our head. Now, as children of God, we don't move by our feelings. We know that God loves us. We know that he's not going to forsake us. But immediately we commit sin, then the devil tries to bring his thoughts into us so that we think that that thought is ours, or we think that it is God, making you think like God doesn't love you. In fact, he hates you, and you feel like, let me just continue in this particular sin, whereas that's not true. God loves you. But once you give in to that thought, it means that you are actually fueling the desires of the devil and the dream of the devil, because his dream and his aim for coming or for showing face in your life is so that he would separate you from God. And so a lot of people right now, they've been separated from God because of the particular sin that they are in, and they feel like they cannot, like it's just part of them. They cannot even stop it. And the devil is happy because you have that thought in you, you're fueling his desires, you're actually instrumental to fulfilling his aim, to fulfilling his goals. His goal is that every children of God be separated from God. That's why everything that we battle against the flesh, we battle against all of those things, because those things literally makes us cut away from God. Now somebody said something that, if I don't feel the presence of God anymore, who moved? Is it me or God? God will never move. Anytime you don't feel the presence of God anymore, check yourself. You moved. God is still there waiting for you to come back. And now, going back to how I got free from addiction to pornography, I remember that I would watch a lot of videos. At this point, I knew that I needed help, seriously. So I would watch a lot of videos, how to stop addiction to pornography, and they would say things like, I fasted, it didn't stop. Sometimes I would not even break the fast, and I'm watching pornography. And some will say, and I do hand is the devil workshop, so always find something to do. Some will say, oh, always make sure that you're happy, always talk to people, and all of those things. Even though I implemented those things, and to be honest, it worked, but the highest that it will last me is 3 days to 1 week. After that time, I'm back into watching pornography. Now, why is this so? Even though all of these things are good, they are not reliable scheme for you to battle against pornography, because pornography is not man-made scheme. It is the devil-made scheme to separate you from God. Masturbation is not man-made. It is devil-made scheme to separate you from God. So when you begin to do all of those things, like I would be working so that I will not be idle, so that I will not watch pornography. It doesn't work that way, because that way you're trying to fight a spiritual battle by using physical weapon, by using physical scheme, and it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, girl. It doesn't work like that, man. Okay, so thank God. So the day my salvation came was the day I was on YouTube and I was watching a particular video of Apostle Joshua Selman, and he said something. He was talking about intimacy, and he said something that the end goal of prayer is to look like God. And he said something like, when you spend time with God, you look like God. He also mentioned that when husband and wife begin to spend time with each other, you begin to see that they begin to look alike, character-wise, even facial expression, they begin to look alike. That's how it is with God. When you spend time with Him, you begin to look like Him. And so I remember that I was so determined, and I wrote down that day, and I said that, God, I'm going to have this intimate session with you, intimacy with you for 30 days straight. Not like I'm not going to do anything, but I'm going to make sure that I'm consistent in my intimacy with you for 30 days straight. And I said something that if at the end of these 30 days, I still always have the urge to watch pornography, then it means that I would conclude that you are a God that watch pornography, or you are a God that endures watching pornography, because I should look like you after spending time with you for a whole 30 days. And that was how I started. And I remember that I also had at this point in 2018, I also had the knowledge that God doesn't leave me. Like I also had the knowledge that it's a mirage to feel like God hates you. God doesn't hate you. God is always there. God will never leave you nor forsake you. So it's annoying. So even in the midst of those 30 days, there were days where I fell and I started to watch pornography, but it didn't stop me from going into the presence of God. I go there to report myself. I'll be like, God, I just watch pornography, but it's not going to stop me from talking to you, because I know that this is the devil's scheme, and I know that you will not condemn me. I know that you want me to be better. So I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to spend time with you today. So I close the chapter of pornography. I worship God. I pray. Yes, I just spend time with God and all of that. And lo and behold, it's just like, when I say that I've experienced God, this is one of the things that I say, because to be honest, I've tried a lot of things. For somebody that has tried all the methods that she could find on YouTube in programs, and I just got to realize that the things that I used to have urge for. Now, this was not only pornography. Pornography was the main thing I was fighting, but there were other things in me that I wanted to stop, because I knew that these things were not godly. And lo and behold, at the end of that 30 days, I looked back and I could not find them again. You know, when you're just trying to remember that, wait, I used to do this particular thing. Where is it? I can't find it. That was how it was for me. I looked back and I could no longer find the urge to watch pornography content. I looked back and I could no longer find the urge to lie. I looked back and I could no longer find those urge, all of those bad characters and everything. And then I knew that, wow, this is working. It worked. Okay, God, you're not a God that watch pornography. You don't endorse pornography. And that was my victory. That was really my victory. So I'm really so sure that God asked me to put this video out here because of somebody. And I understand that you have tried everything possible to. You love God so much, and you have tried everything possible to stop that addiction, whether to pornography, to masturbation, to whatever it is that I can think of right now. I'm telling you that the truth is that God loves you. And the truth is that God doesn't condemn. Apostle Paul said something that my flesh is weak, my spirit is willing. And he also said something like, the things that I want to do, I cannot do them. It's the thing that I don't want to do that I'm doing. So you're not the first person, neither will you be the last to be in this kind of situation. Know that the devil is really after your life. He doesn't want you to move close to God. He doesn't want you to be in a relationship with God. He's so envious of you. Let me start from that, because the same relationship that God is presenting to you was the same relationship that he lost time passed, he used to enjoy not even up to what you're enjoying now. He used to enjoy few of the things that you're enjoying now, but now you are enjoying all of the things that he didn't even enjoy. So you want to make sure that everybody, they at the end of the day, they are like him, because he is so envious of that thing that you're enjoying, but you will not allow him. Because why? The moment you give your life to Christ, you are being sealed already. You're God's child, and nothing is going to take that away from you. Imagine yourself as the child of your parents. You already know that whatever it is that you do, you know that it's these people that gave birth to you. You're not thinking that these people don't like me, these people hate me. That's how it is with God. The moment that you give your life to Christ, God is already your Father, and nothing is going to change that. The only thing that is left for you is to stand up into the identity that God has given you as his child, is to get up into that face that God has called you as his own beloved child, his beloved son and his beloved daughter. Imagine a beloved child of God watching pornography and masturbation and allowing the devil to make jest of you, when you can as well overcome all of those things, because those things from the cross, Jesus Christ He already terminated all of those things. It's not in your DNA. It's a borrowed DNA that you're using. And I'm here to tell you that your victory has come. God has brought liberation to you. The blood has brought liberation to you, because from today, as you begin to spend time with God, you lose the urge to do all of those things, be it masturbation, be it watching pornographic content. You find the urge and you can't find them no more, because God has replaced them with the urge to love him, with the urge to want to spend time with him. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really want to implore you to please share this video to your story, your status, and everywhere you can share it to. You never can tell, somebody might need this video. Oh, we took the light. You never can tell, somebody on your timeline might really need this video. Thank you so much. Be the reason why somebody is liberated today by sharing this video to the work of an evangelist. Thank you so much for watching. Please do well to subscribe if you haven't, and then turn on the notification bell so that you will be duly notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much, and I love you so much. Ciao, ciao.